Hey everyone, welcome to Plants and Politics. So, nepotism Barbie, otherwise known as Ivanka Trump, was apparently deposed on Tuesday of this week for 5 hours. This was part of the lawsuit filed by the Attorney General's Office for Washington, D.C. And you may recall I did a show about this a while back. For those of you who aren't familiar with it, the lawsuit alleges that the Trump family essentially looted the funds from Trump's inaugural committee by overcharging for event space at Trump family properties. So this is not just unethical, it's also illegal because the inaugural committee is a nonprofit. And therefore, as they noted in the legal filing, they can't allow, quote, any portion of its funds to be spent in a way that are designed to benefit private persons or companies. The lawsuit contends that the committee paid well beyond market rate for hotel space, and they spent a total of $1 million for event accommodations for his inauguration. And they've noted in other previous reports on this that often hotels will comp the event space for an inauguration. They do it because it gets them additional business in the future, and it gets them, marketing and advertising that they wouldn't have otherwise had. So the fact that they were charged at all is stunning, but you are allowed to charge market rate. Well, Ivanka provided an email during the deposition which showed that she advised that they charge a fair market value. There are other emails that I talked about in the previous report that I did on this, though, from Rick Gates to Ivanka, warning her that the hotel fees might be a problem down the line, or that fees in general might be an issue down the line, and she didn't bother to respond, to the best of my recollection. In addition, there are emails which prove that one event that was held had nothing whatsoever to do with Trump's inauguration. It was strictly for Trump's children, including Ivanka, Don Jr., and Eric. In the email, it clearly shows, I believe, again, it was from Rick Gates to Ivanka, saying that Donald Trump Sr. would not even be there, that he just wanted to have it for the kids. So that is not a legitimate expense. It has nothing to do with the inauguration. They also used inaugural funds to pay for days in which the event space wasn't even in use. It just sat empty. And yet they paid these exorbitant fees for empty rooms. So although Ivanka might be able to make a case for advising that the charge be fair market value, she doesn't appear to have an answer for the other issues and spending of other people's money, which just so happened to end up in the Trump family's pockets. And here's the real problem for the Trump family in regard to all lawsuits that are currently underway: the number of people that they've alienated because they're self-serving, entitled, loathsome assholes, to put it plainly. I mean, Rick Gates, okay, he didn't really turn on them, but he did agree to a cooperation agreement after he was charged for other crimes. So he's spilled the beans. Michael Cohen, as we all know, he's gone full-blown resistance mode because Trump tried to throw him under the bus in the Stormy Daniels hush money charges. And then since then, Trump tried to use Bill Barr to silence Michael Cohen. He literally used Bill Barr to remand Cohen back to prison when he didn't have to go back to prison. And he placed him in solitary confinement to try to prevent him from publishing his tell-all book about Trump. And then there's Melania's BFF. Stephanie Winston Wolkoff, she was also thrown under the bus for this situation, for specifically this inaugural committee situation and lawsuit. So when legal issues first began to surface regarding the inauguration committee and how these funds were spent, Melania and the rest of the Trump family all pointed the finger at her. And she was completely blindsided by it. And then they went on once again, more recently, and I reported on this, they again tried to use the might of the Justice Department and Bill Barr to prevent Wolkoff from publishing her tell-all book. This is absolutely criminal, and it's corruption 101. And I listened to an interview not that long ago with Wolkoff. She was on Michael Cohen's new podcast. And not only did she attempt to warn the Trump family about the charges, just like Rick Gates did, but she's beyond pissed. She is furious at the way she was treated and abandoned by this repugnant family. To say that Wolkoff is a woman scorned, it's kind of like saying that the Pope is kind of religious. She is out for blood, and she has said she is not backing down. So all of these people have various portions of the story to tell. And even if Ivanka isn't implicated in this one particular scam, there's plenty of other lawsuits pending. And there's supposedly a multitude of sealed indictments that are going to keep her very busy for years to come and racking up attorney's fees. So have fun with that. Good luck. Instead of nepotism Barbie, maybe we should just start calling her defendant Barbie, because that's what she's going to be. So as always, guys, like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching and listening. I'll talk with you soon. Take care. Thanks for listening to Plants and Politics. The only way we can take our country and power back is to spread the truth and build an army. So remember to like, follow, subscribe, and share on Facebook, YouTube, and wherever you listen to your podcasts. Thanks again.